Working in the trades is not worth it.
Mikey says he quit his job as an electrician because it made him miserable.
I don't like any job.
I've got an experiment I want you to do.
All that just pull it out by hand, that's what the gloves are for.
What's your attitude about people that do that kind of work?
If you can make money doing that, it's wonderful, but it's not my passion.
If you love what you do, that's all that matters.
I don't want to listen to you prattle on.
No.
If everything you do is just what you want to do, grow up. You know, there's a joke about a proud mother at her son's presidential inauguration. She turns to the person next to her and with her eyes just shining, she says, "You see that boy? You see that boy with his hand on the Bible up there? His brother's a doctor." Now, I don't know what that says about being elected president, but it sends a message about what our culture values in terms of educational attainment and careers. Now, what if that mother pointed to the president-elect and said, "His brother's a plumber"? You wouldn't be laughing, and if you were, it wouldn't be for the right reason. How proud would you be if your child decided to be a plumber, an electrician, a carpenter, a construction worker? Well, in this day and age, if you were smart, the answer would be no problem. If it makes them happy, absolutely. Now, no disrespect to doctors or lawyers or other white-collar professions. Hey, my collar is about as white as anyone else's. But I don't even own a hammer or a saw. But the world is changing. And Gen Z should slow down and stop turning their nose up at anything to do with hard work or getting their hands dirty. That is, if they want to eat regularly and own a home. The trade market is a target-rich environment. Why? We are running out of people with those skills. All these baby boomers that knew how to do plumbing and carpentry and all of that stuff, they're aging out and nobody's taking their place. So if you go into those professions, you're going to be in very high demand and you're going to keep our country running. If intellectual snobbery is the reason someone chooses a higher education, well, good luck getting a job and better luck keeping it. That market may be saturated and some of those careers are going to become obsolete. Gen Z is the first generation that's predicted to be less economically stable and secure than their parents. The problem is today's young people don't know what they don't know. There are some real threats and obstacles, including energy, emerging technologies like AI, socioeconomic change, climate change, domestic and global politics. Those glamorous white-collar jobs may give grandma bragging rights at church on Sunday, but they may not be around much longer. We've seen this before. Look at the Industrial Revolution. In 1800, 83% agriculturally employed. By 1900, 33%. By 1950, 5%. Today, only 2 or 3%. So what did those generations do? Well, they adapted and found ways to be meaningfully and gainfully employed. Goodbye fields, hello factories, hello tech. Will Gen Z do the same? Will they choose a trade over tailgating with Beta Theta Pi? Will they embrace a blue-collar career as opposed to denying that's where the action is and instead go whining to Big Daddy government to take care of them? Well, I hope they do embrace it. Those who learn a trade could get their hands so dirty they become filthy rich. You can be entrepreneurial in any area, carpenter one day, a lumberyard owner the next. Unclogging drains today, you could be the next roto-rooter inventor the following day. Who knows? My message for Gen Z, find something you're passionate about, pursue it passionately, learn the business. Forget about being judged, forget about being criticized by people still living in their parents' basement. That diploma on the wall looks nice, but it's not going to pay the bills if you're not working. If you ask the younger generation, many say they respect blue-collar work, but they claim they have other roads to success that offer more freedom and less backbreaking. Let's just get into this and see what they have to say.
40-hour weeks is a complete waste of time. It is a waste of a life.
The older generation calls us soft. Isn't that why you guys racist? To live an easier life?
Do not go to trade school. If you want to make more money, go to university.
How is working plumbing a money hack? I mean, what?
I was an electrician for 5 years. It's not worth it.
The ideal partner for me probably wouldn't have a blue-collar job. It's just not ideal.
Working in the trades will your body up. So many people work 40, 50 hours a week, killing their body. That is crazy.
Working in the trades is not worth it. I was working in the trades for 3 years as an electrician and I quit that job. I was waking up miserable every single day. Every day I was going to the job site and there was people twice my age complaining about their bodies. Their bodies are completely totaled and they're still working. It's like, what the bro? Hell no, I don't want to do that. Bro, open your mind.
Well, joining us now is 22-year-old Mikey, who you just heard from. And also joining us is Ari, an owner of a successful law firm. He says to be successful, young adults should be pushed to get advanced degrees, not be plumbers and coal miners. You're an electrician.
I was, yes, for 3.5 years.
You could wire stuff up.
Yep.
All that.
Yep.
Did you make a good living?
I wouldn't say that, no. I was using that entire paycheck until that next paycheck came. So I didn't really have the control that I wanted and the money that I wanted because every paycheck that I had went right to bills and right to living expenses.
Yeah. Did you not make the money you wanted to make because you weren't good at it? You didn't go up the ladder and do everything you needed to do to be entrepreneurial because you didn't love it? Or could you have done better?
Well, yeah, I mean, if I wanted to go through that path of working those 40, 50-hour weeks, I could definitely do that. But I saw that I didn't really want my life to be like that. You know, I kind of wanted more time to do what I want, when I want, instead of being locked down to a job just so dedicated to money. Like money is the only thing that everyone worries about.
Yeah.
You know?
Ari, you work a lot, right?
I do.
Because you have your own law firm.
I do. As a litigator, you put in a lot of hours, and just because you got an advanced degree, it doesn't mean you're going to work from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and that's it. As a matter of fact, getting that degree was a lot of hard work. I've worked construction, and one of the reasons I wanted to do something different was getting a degree, by the way, doesn't make you a better person or a worse person. I just want to be very clear.
Yeah,
this is just another thing on the wall. But it gives you a certain set of skills. And those skills statistically show that as a group, you have better chances for better income, better quality of life, and a better life for the next generation. Now, if you want it easy, never going to happen. So if you want to just sit home and click, 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 not going to happen.
Well, that's true whether you're in the trades or whether you have an advanced degree. Easy is not the way to get where you're going, right?
Exactly.
You're going to have to put in effort and work. But you're saying you want to work less hours, choose the time that you work.
Yeah, it's not anything of doing less work. It's still work, but it's on my own time when I want to do it, location, freedom. So I can work anywhere. That's why I pursued online business, because I can be my own boss, I can live the life that I want, and I can do what I want whenever I want.
Are you making more money that way?
Yes, I am.
Than you were the other way?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's working for you.
Yeah, it's working. It's just a lot of people wouldn't say it's working. A lot of people say it's lazy. But in reality, I work every single day. I work 7 days a week, but it's just different type of work that I'm passionate about because I can do the things I love. That's the main thing that I see. My main message out there is that time is more valuable than money.
Numbers, they don't lie. Numbers show that you have higher life expectancy the better your education is. Give you an example. Someone who hasn't finished high school has a 14.2 year less life expectancy than someone with a master's degree. It wasn't always this bad, by the way, and it's going to get worse and worse. These industrial jobs, blue-collar jobs, great jobs, honorable men and women working hard, not every one of those jobs is going to be here. The service industry, which is a skilled labor sector, your lawyers, your doctors, your tech guys, your engineers, people who have certain degrees, a master's in business administration, an MBA, a physician with a specialty, a lawyer, a litigator, a teacher, a professor. These are going to be specialized, highly skilled economies of the world. Now, from agriculture, we went to industry. We went to hard, sort of factory work. From that, we're going to the age of information. Now, I just don't want to break this down on this is better for you, this is better for Johnny, this is better for Jamie, this is better for America.
Yeah, okay. Well, take a breath there for a minute. Take a breath. This isn't a closing argument yet. But the fact is, we're going to have 3 million trade jobs open in the next 4 to 5 years with nobody to fill them, because this building you're practicing law in, this courthouse that you're trying cases in, they're made up of wood and electrical. You got to have lighting, you got to have plumbing. We don't have people to fill those jobs coming up because the baby boomers are aging out and there's nobody to fill those trades, and they're going to be in high demand to fill those jobs. And the reason there's that difference in age has to do with a whole lot more than just the job they're doing. It has to do with how good a benefits package they have, what kind of health insurance they have. It's not just the work they're doing. There's a whole lot more to it than that. So I suggest that's an oversimplification to just say the occupation determines the outcome.
The occupation gives you the luxury of being able to afford those.
Of course it does. Next, a construction business owner who says there is such a labor shortage, he has left no choice but to hire unskilled people and often drug-addicted workers. We'll talk about that when we come back. Are you ready to jumpstart your health in 2025? Lumen can help. Lumen is the world's first handheld metabolic coach. It measures your metabolism through your breath and via the app tells you whether you're burning fat or carbs. It then provides tailored guidance to improve your nutrition, workouts, sleep, and stress management. Start your day by breathing into Lumen to check your metabolism. Based on your results, it gives you a personalized nutrition plan for the day. You can also use it before and after meals or workouts to understand how your body responds in real time. Your metabolism is your body's engine. Optimizing it can lead to better energy, easier weight management, improved fitness, and more. Take the next step towards better health. Visit lumen.me/Dr. Phil for 20% off your Lumen. Life gets hectic, so we forget to stop and connect. Cozy Earth creates a space that elevates love's little moments. Cozy Earth's bamboo sheets, soft, smooth, breathable. Every night's a Cloud9 getaway. Shopping for her? Cozy Earth's bamboo pajama set is the ultimate gift. Silky, breathable, perfect for lazy mornings or unwinding after a long day. Robin will love this. Plus, Cozy Earth's men's collection has everything he'll love. Pajamas, joggers, and more. Comfortable, versatile, and built to last. The perfect gift for your guy. Now this Valentine's Day, show your love with Cozy Earth. With a 100-night sleep trial, a 10-year warranty, this is a gift that speaks to comfort and connection. Get up to 40% off at CozyEarth.com with my code PHIL. That's CozyEarth.com, code PHIL. And don't forget, if asked in the post-purchase survey, let them know you heard about Cozy Earth from the Dr. Phil podcast. They deserve this. Elevate your love with Cozy Earth.
The biggest stigma with blue-collar workers is that they're uneducated. They're a lower class.
The stigma surrounding blue-collar work is don't have the skills to have those higher-paying jobs or better jobs.
People just think they're less than or that they just settled for this job.
It's such hard work, and I've heard it's a strain on relationships.
Good old-fashioned plumber's crack stereotype. Some people might think it's a positive, but that's not my cup of tea.
Our country is in crisis. We have over 1 million unfilled trades jobs across the United States. For every 10 trades workers that retire, only 4 fill those empty positions. People are always going to need plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. AI is not going to come fix your broken house. You need a trained professional for that. We need to change things now. If we don't do something soon, we're all in trouble.
Well, that was Roger Wakefield, a Texas master plumber with over 40 years of experience. Now, we're going to meet him shortly, but first, Jameson is a co-owner of multiple construction companies. He says the skilled worker shortage has left him hiring many employees who just should not be on the job.
The skilled labor shortage is a huge problem today, and it's definitely getting worse. We are getting the leftovers, so we're forced to hire people that have abused drugs. They're alcoholics, probably illegal, the kids that didn't graduate high school, and then all those kids that are entitled and have no drive, that I have them forced to hire and to work and to pay every week, which is so extremely frustrating. Several years back, we had 7 out of our 25 pickup trucks totaled in 1 year due to drugs and alcohol. But I have no other option. I have no replacement. When I'm covered in dirt, I'm looked down upon. If I was a doctor, I'd be treated with respect.
Well, joining the conversation are Texas Master Plumber Roger Wakefield and Custom Home and Foundation business owner Jameson Van Dyke. Thank you guys for being here and joining this. Roger, what do you think about what you've been hearing from Mikey and Ari so far?
It's hard to believe. When you talked about being an electrician for only 3.5 years, you're not an electrician. That's like you going to college for 3.5 years and saying you're a lawyer. It's not. It's a 4-year plan to become a great tradesman here in Texas, to get your journeyman license. But you've got to go through that whole thing. And tradesman's not for everybody, just like I don't think college is for everybody. To be a tradesman, you've got to care about what you do. You've got to care about the people you work for, the people you work with. You talked about an attorney being a skilled labor position, and I talk about plumbers being professional. It's funny how we see it the opposite way, because I think to be a good tradesman, you've got to love working with your hands, and I think we've messed up because we've taken shop classes out of schools. We're not teaching kids how to work with their hands before they get in the trade. They get into a plumbing or electrical position, they've got to learn how to read a tape measure. We've taken all that away from them in schools, and that used to get them ready for a position like that.
So what I would like to say is the main reason I got out of the trades, every day when I would go to work, I would see the people that are working there. They're working 15, 20, 30 years in the trades, and they're complaining about money. They're complaining about time. They're not spending time with their family. They're just complaining about their lives, their bodies, and everything like that. So as a 22-year-old kid, when you go and you see that every single day, and you see all these people complaining, you ask yourself, do I want to do that? And you would say, no. And the main reason why is because the one thing that we all have is a phone. You could scroll through your phone and see some kid playing video games making more than the person laying down the roads. Is that okay? I'm not saying that's okay. It's not okay. But it's just the world that we're living in with all the opportunities, when you can see that somebody can play video games and make millions of dollars and make more than anybody in the trades, or even the women that can post their bodies inappropriately online and make more money than the person laying down the roads, that makes no sense. But there's no reason to complain about that. You got to learn the new opportunities that we all have now. That's why I personally chose to go into online business, because there's just the way that I wanted to live.
Well, have you ever considered going on OnlyFans or something?
I've thought about it, but I think I make more money plumbing.
Oh, you think you keep plumbing?
And what makes you think I'm not?
Well, I didn't know. I was just...
So may I ask, what do you do? What is your online business?
Me, I do remote sales and marketing.
Why did you get kicked off the internet? Because I looked at a bunch of your stuff. I didn't see anything offensive about it.
No, exactly. That's the thing. A lot of people hate.
Trade people, I wouldn't like it. I mean, you were kind of down on them, but I didn't see anything.
But at the end of the day, I never once said in my life, don't join the trades. I said, personally, the trades aren't worth it because this is my experiences and other people's experience. I have people, hundreds of people that message me every day on my Instagram and want to learn what I'm doing. There was this one 35-year-old dude that's been in the trades for 15 years. And he said, I've been working in the trades. I can't spend time with my family. I'm working too much. I can't see my wife, and it's starting problems. We're having a divorce, and I want to commit suicide. So when I see that, I'm like, why would I want to do that?
Jameson, you're hiring people that you would rather not hire because by default, you need bodies, right?
Yeah, at this point in time, I have a lot of awesome employees. We have over 100 people employed between our concrete and our home building companies. My brother is a partner of mine. We both went to college. We both got degrees because we were strongly encouraged to go to college. We got out of college and we saw the opportunity that there was in the trades. And I jumped in. My brother jumped in as a project manager over for a big firm. And I wanted to go and just attack it because the opportunity cost was low, but the opportunity was very high. And my first 10 guys, one of them had a license. One. These guys are hard workers, but they're addicts, they're alcoholics. But I can't get the kids in my own backyard to come and sign on, and they can see the opportunity. They can see the opportunity. They see that it's hard work, and they don't want a piece of it. That's the problem.
The thing that I would say, because you're saying, obviously, the kids, I'm a kid, 22, I'm young. When a kid picks up their phone and they could see somebody that is playing a game and making more money than the person laying down the roads, why would they choose the trades over doing something that they love?
That's one in a million.
That's exactly. The numbers are a little different. And let's not confuse getting an advanced degree or having a white-collar job with laziness. Those are two different things. Actually, people who went to college make more income than people who didn't. These are statistical averages, by the way. I'm sure there are master plumbers who do a lot better. But if you have a college degree, chances are you make 65% more than someone who doesn't. If you have an advanced degree, you make 42% more than someone who does not have an advanced degree. Having said that, muscle jobs are not going to stay here. And that's the honest truth. Muscle jobs go where muscle is cheap, and that's not the United States of America. That's not
but
Finland,
if the jobs are here, they're going to be here.
The jobs are here, and that's why you're going to bring in cheap labor, and cheap labor is going to be here, and that's why
it's not cheap.
It's cheaper than the local.
And the labor we bring in is not skilled. When you did your comparison a while ago, you were comparing a surgeon to a regular plumber. You said, I'm not talking master plumber, but then you're not talking a regular doctor. You're talking a surgeon.
A surgeon.
You can't compare a specialist to a regular plumber.
Okay.
It'd be like comparing a master plumber to a doctor.
To a plumber, or surgeon to a master plumber.
Okay.
Again, the difference in terms of quality of life and income is still vast. Vast. The average surgeon is about $600,000 to $900,000 a year.
That would be a pay cut for me.
Oh, well, and you're the exception. But
Okay.
I'm talking about the average surgeon. But you're the.
I'm sorry.
How many plumbers in this country actually make six figures?
Quite a bit.
Everyone I know.
That's a great thing.
We got to take a break. Next, we're going to add a young woman who says working 9 to 5 is just stupid. And I get that. Everybody wants to be an influencer. And she says she can never see herself having a career where manual labor is involved. Well, I had a little surprise for her when she landed in Texas, and it involved getting her hands dirty. That's after the break. $36 trillion. That is the U.S. debt, and it gets deeper and deeper by the day. Our debt has never been higher, nor have the stakes. The government is looking to slash the federal budget by $2 trillion, and no one knows what that will mean for your job, savings, and future. I've seen a lot in my time, and there's one thing I know for sure. You need to prepare before it's too late. I trust Preserve Gold to help protect my wealth, and I strongly urge you to do the same. They are the only precious metals firm I trust and recommend to my family, friends, and audience, and they have a special offer just for you. Text Dr. Phil to 50505 to get your free precious metals guide from Preserve Gold. With gold prices recently breaking records and analysts predicting this trend to continue throughout 2025, you cannot afford to wait. As a bonus, you can get up to $15,000 with a qualified purchase from Preserve Gold. So don't wait. Text Dr. Phil to 50505 today.
I don't think I would personally do a blue-collar job because I'm not passionate about any blue-collar jobs out there.
They don't get enough time off. The hours are insane.
I don't really like to get my hands dirty.
And then what's your dream job?
Not working.
My next guest, Lucy, is 20 years old, says she doesn't want to work for the rest of her life either. In fact, she has gone viral online for her refusal to work a 9-to-5 job mantra.
I do not want to work for the rest of my life. You spend your money, it'll come back eventually. If all else fails, I can always marry rich, so then I'll be rich forever. How am I supposed to find something I actually want to do for the rest of my life if I don't like any job? There's not one job you can suggest to me that I'm going to be like, oh my God, yes, I definitely want to do that for the rest of my life. Does it look like I want to get up at 6 a.m. every day for the next 60 years? No, I'm too pretty for that.
Well, I had a little surprise for Lucy when she landed in Texas, and it involves some of the on-the-job training with Texas master plumber Roger Wakefield. Let's take a look.
Before we get going, we have a message from Dr. Phil that we want you to watch, so take a look.
Hey, Lucy, Dr. Phil here. Welcome to Texas. I understand that you just don't ever want to do a 9 to 5, especially a job where you get dirty. Awful lot of your generation is that way. They just don't want to get down in there and put in a day's work for a day's pay. But I've got an experiment I want you to do because I'm going to hook you up with master plumber Roger Wakefield. And we're going to get you to go out and see what it feels like to do a real job and accomplish something. Now, come on, you can give me one part of one day to get out there and get your hands dirty and do something where you say, hey, I did that. I got that done. So give it a shot, Lucy, and I'll see you in studio.
I was not expecting that. I've never done anything like that. I don't really clean my toilets at home. $105. If they break, I might cry. Or I can watch like a YouTube tutorial maybe. Doesn't know how to plumb correctly. Find out.
Hi there.
Hi, I'm Lucy.
Lucy, I'm Roger. How are
Nice
you?
to meet you. I'm good.
Dr. Phil told me that you wanted to do some work today. But first, you're going to want to change clothes, okay? Come on back and meet me out here. This looks more like it.
It's not like it for me.
We're going to install a tank down here. So I need a hole dug. I've got some safety gear for you.
These do not match the outfit.
Okay, safety gear does not always match. This hole needs to be dug from side to side, all the way to the back, 25 inches deep, okay?
You want me to dig it?
Think you're okay with that?
I'll have to do it.
Okay.
I think I'll stick to the gym.
So look at this other thing.
Sounds good. Can't be worse than that.
See, we got a toilet in here? Okay.
Oh.
It's got a little clog in it.
Oh.
So just open the lid, take a peek at it, and I got a bucket here for you to look.
Ew.
It's okay, you can handle it.
Oh my gosh.
Just raise the seat up.
Ugh.
So all that, just pull it out by hand. That's what the gloves are for.
You owe me $105 for my manicure right now. Ew, it went in my hand. It actually went down the glove. It's good, I got it all. I can't even get anything else, it's good.
Are you ready to go ahead and fill out the job application?
No.
I'll tell you what, you really did pretty good today.
Well, thanks.
Your nails survived.
I know, right? That was my number one priority.
So after being here today, do you have a little more respect for people in the trades?
I do have way more respect for what their jobs are like. It's hard work, but I hope I'm never back here ever. Oh, yeah.
All right, now, Lucy, you say the whole experience wasn't that bad, right? I mean, you got something done.
Most definitely, it was a good time. I felt really good. I mean, I always had respect for blue-collar workers, and I'm never gonna be back, but yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, you're not going to sign on.
No, I was thinking about it, but no.
What's your attitude about people that do that kind of work?
It's not for me, but I think that if you can make money doing that and that's your passion, that's wonderful, but it's not my passion.
Yeah.
When she was picking up that stuff out of the toilet bowl, why would anybody want to go and do that for a job? With all the opportunities that we have nowadays, you don't have to do that type of work to make money, you know?
If everything you do is just what you want to do, grow up.
Yeah, but that doesn't,
you don't just get to do what you want to do.
That doesn't make any sense to me because we all have one life. Why aren't you going to wake up and do what makes you happy every single day?
You don't get to do everything you want to do every minute of every day. I don't want to listen to you prattle on about everything you're talking about every minute of every day.
No, I know.
No, sometimes you do what you want to do. Sometimes you do what you need to do.
100%, but that's with everything in life. But why would you do something that you hate the majority of the time?
You shouldn't.
I think when you grow up a little more and get married and have your own children, and you're spitting this at them.
I wouldn't be spitting that at them.
And you're telling them you don't have to do what you don't want to do. You don't
follow your dreams.
You know, yeah, just follow your dreams. You know what I'm going to tell them to do?
Yeah, but how are you saying follow your dreams?
I'm going to tell them to follow me because I'm their leader when they're in the home. You know,
okay,
and I'm going to teach them to work hard.
But at the end of the day, my father...
No, but hold on. And I'm going to say this. Everyone in this room, we're all somewhat entitled. We live in America.
Yes, 100%.
And we all have some sort of entitlement.
Yes. But
right, wrong, or indifferent.
You take your kids to Guatemala to build homes, to learn a strong work ethic. I mean, you're teaching them, to give back. That's some of the value system that you're teaching, right?
Yeah. Some years back, my brother's been a big part of this. He's my partner and everything. And we've got an awesome group with Little Lambs International. And we're building an orphanage home. And we bring the kids. My 9-year-old has been 8 times, 8 years in a row, other than COVID. That's cool. And we bring them down there primarily to help, but at the same time, it serves another purpose. Like they see how the rest of the world lives.
Yeah, well,
they see that you can't just be handed everything and do what you want to do. There's 5-year-old kids carrying bundles of sticks that are 30 pounds through the mountains just to cook their food at night.
Yeah,
they don't get to choose.
Yep.
They don't get to choose what they want to do.
Exactly.
So that sense of entitlement, that's got to go in this country, or we're all going to fail.
That's one of the definitions of maturity that I learned a long time ago. Maturity is when you learn that sometimes you do what you need to do instead of just what you want to do. If you've got a child sitting at a table and you say, well, you need to eat your vegetables before you eat your dessert, and they say, well, why? Why would I do that? Because I don't want to. That's because they haven't learned yet that you do some things in order to have access to other things. Mm-hmm. And there's a whole generation that hasn't learned that because their parents have made it possible for them to do just what they want to do. There's a reason that employers today say they'll do it themselves before they will hire somebody that's Gen Z. They say those are the ones they fire first, they hire last. They just simply aren't willing to do what they need to do to make a business work. And these jobs can provide a lot of families a decent living. If you look at average income, construction managers, $112,000 a year. Truck drivers, over $100,000 a year. Elevator, escalator installers and repairers, $100,000 a year. Power line installers and repairers, $78,000 a year. And these are averages. These aren't people that really bust it. One of the things that I talk about is consequential knowledge. If you want to survive in this life, you figure out what you love. Find something you're passionate about. And if it's important to society and you develop vertically in that job, in that skill set, then it's something society needs. You're consequential. And consequential knowledge is something they can't replace you by noon tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Pushing a broom is honest work. Nothing wrong with it, but they can replace you by noon tomorrow. You want to get knowledge that is not easy to replace. And that can be a computer repairman, it can be a beauty technician, it can be something that they can't replace you by tomorrow. And you develop in that because they need you. You're consequential to the running of that business. Everybody needs to figure out, what is it I'm good at? What do I know that's consequential to society, to business? And get really good at that. And if you can find something that you're passionate about and it's consequential, then you've hit a home run. We're going to add a female rancher to the conversation who runs her ranch solo. Why? Well, you guessed it. She can't find skilled help. And let me tell you, I believe she epitomizes the true spirit of what makes this country great. We're going to meet her after the break.
To me, crafts, trades is becoming a lost art. And thousands of jobs with nobody prepared or willing to take those jobs.
We have to challenge the narrative that the best path is the most expensive path. There's nothing wrong with a 4-year degree, but the pressure we've put on kids to get one, cost be damned, is scandalous.
You can't talk about blue-collar work without Mike Rowe, who I'm happy to say has joined Merritt Street Media with his show, Somebody's Got to Do It. So you'll be seeing him on our network here as well. My next guest, Lisa, says when her husband sadly passed away, many felt she couldn't run her ranch by herself. Boy, did she prove the doubters wrong.
My husband, Steve, had grown up on a farm in Virginia. When we met, we bought this ranch together. When Steve died, it was assumed that I could not run this ranch by myself. Either I would sell it or lease it. And that was not what I planned to do at all. I raise cattle, sheep, horses. I've got 4 dogs, and I raise chickens for eggs. I try to do everything I can by myself. There are some days that I'm too tired to take a shower when I get home. I hardly have time to come in and eat. One time, I stepped off my horse and I wrenched my knee, and I'm lying there and there's nobody else around. Ranching is really dangerous and things happen fast. It's so hard to find help that has the stamina to do what I do. The younger generation has a lot of interest, but I just don't see the skill set there. The shortage of skilled trade workers really hurts our economy, and I know it hurts me. I don't worry too much about doing all of this by myself day to day, but I know the day will come when I can't ranch anymore.
Well, due to having cows that are pregnant and being short-handed on the ranch, Lisa's joining us virtually because she just couldn't leave. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm glad to talk to you. You say finding hired help that can critically think and is skilled has been more than difficult.
You know, ranching is, you got to be able to think, and then you got to be able to implement the solution that you think of. So there's a balance there. You got to use your brain and your muscles.
Yeah, it's not easy work. Do you have any help at all?
My daughter helps me when she's not playing tennis. I call my brother when I get in a wreck. Right now, I couldn't come to Dallas to be with you today because I needed to milk my cow every morning and night. And a couple nights ago, I needed to pull a calf out of a heifer. And that was kind of a dicey deal. You got to be able to judge whether she's going to have that calf by herself or whether she needs help. I decided to go in. I was glad I did because the calf was coming right. They need to come just like a diver. Yeah. But he was just big and the heifer was small, and we got it out and the baby's doing just fine.
Heifer's okay?
Heifer's okay. Yeah. She's doing great.
Well, I've been doing this show 22 years. First time I ever got to say that. Well, I think that we need much more of that kind of attitude, spirit, effort, and energy in this country right now. So you are a great example. Thank you for talking to us. Next, is foregoing a college degree for a career in the trades a better return on investment? I'll share what I found about that and why it may seriously change your thinking about going in debt for that college diploma. That's after the break. You know, I think Mikey actually has made a really good point. You know, one of the things that Mikey said is I'm 22, going to work and hearing people 20 years older making the same complaints that I'm thinking and feeling. Do I want to be doing that 20 years down the road? And here's the thing. If you can find something that you can exchange with the world for a good living, that you're passionate about, that you want to do, man, you've hit a home run. I've worked in the litigation arena for a long time and very passionate about it. It was great. And when that no longer lit me up, when I got really weary of traveling all over the country from trial to trial to trial, I told Robin, when this no longer appeals to me, I'll stop doing it. And when it did, I did. And you've got to be passionate about what you're doing. Look, there's nothing wrong if you want to go to college and get that degree, if you want to get the advanced degree, but you've got to be realistic with yourself about it. And if you're not going into the trades because you think they're not respected or somebody won't swipe right or left or whatever it is on the dating site because you're a plumber or an electrician or something, you've got to decide what's right for you. College, the duration is 4+ years. You know, trade school, it's 18 to 24 months usually. College cost is $151,140 on average. Trade school, total cost, averages $33,000. The college graduation rate is like 62.2%. For the trade school, the graduation rate is 98.4%. And the college job in the field of study, 46%. Trade school, the job in the field of study is 75%. And so you start out a little lower, but you've got less debt and you get to working a lot sooner. The real variable is you. The real variable is you love what you're doing and you're really putting yourself out there. Not everybody can be a chief of surgery at Cedars. Not everybody can be a master plumber. But I'm telling you, every one of you, me, you, we're all in business for ourselves. I don't care if you're working for a big corporation. You are a company of one, and you are the CEO of you. And you got to ask yourself, what am I doing to advance my cause? And when you choose the behavior, you choose the consequences. You choose to put more into your career, it comes at the cost of your family. You choose to put more energy and effort into your family, it can come at the cost of your career. The idea is to get a balance. And if that balance is spiced by passion on your part, where you're happy when you do get home versus really beat down when you get home, makes a huge difference. It's not always quantity of time, it's quality and how you feel at the end of that day. So just understand there's a really rich field of opportunity in the next 4 to 5 years with the trades, because you guys are dying for help, right? There are millions of jobs that are going to be available, and don't let people make you feel that that's second-class citizen, because it absolutely is not. College is not for everyone. The trades is not for everyone. Find what's right for you. Thanks so much to all my guests tonight, and thanks to you at home for finding us here on Merritt Street Media. You can pick up my new book, We've Got Issues, How You Can Stand Strong for America's Soul and Sanity everywhere books are sold. There's so much going on here right now, a new book, a new network, a new season of Dr. Phil in primetime. To keep up with it all, just text me at 59627. Simply type Phil, and we'll keep you posted on everything that's going on every step of the way. We got a lot of shows on the network. Mike Rowe you just saw, Nancy Grace, Bear Grylls, Robin has a Lifetime show you'll be seeing. Lots of things cooking. I mean, already you'll be seeing Steve Harvey here. He and I'll be doing some things together. So you can bet I'm passionate about what I'm doing. I promise you for sure. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much.
Marketing is hard. But I'll tell you a little secret. It doesn't have to be. Let me point something out. You're listening to a podcast right now, and it's great. You love the host. You seek it out and download it. You listen to it while driving, working out, cooking, even going to the bathroom. Podcasts are a pretty close companion. And this is a podcast ad. Did I get your attention? You can reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a pre-produced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience in their favorite podcasts with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com, that's Libsyn, ads.com today.